Hello, hello. It's Robin and Anna, and we are here with Doug. I was almost going to say Victoria again. We're here with Doug Coop, our broker of RE/MAX Realty Professionals, because today we are going to be making a cocktail called the New Doug.
I know. It was such a great, reason to have Doug on the show.
Exactly.
To go with our cocktails. Perfect pairing.
And we're going to have him to tell us about what makes a good brokerage and what makes a good broker. So you get to hear it from the horse's mouth. So
the
thank
horse's
you.
mouth.
Isn't that the saying? You hear it from the horse's
That's
mouth?
right.
Oh,
That's
I think I was like,
No,
did I
this
say
is
that
calling
wrong?
him a horse. Not at all.
I was like, did I say
welcome,
it
and
wrong?
thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it's really exciting because we actually made this cocktail specifically for Doug. We got the idea from something called the Old Doug, and then we kind of altered it to be.
Not that we call him I wanted to call him old or
Exactly.
horse in one show.
I'm happy. Not coffee, old Doug.
So we made the New Doug.
Yes.
Yes, and we made our own version.
There went a lot of, it was a big process because we actually ended up making several cocktails and doing a taste off to see which one the balance, it was a lot of thought went into it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here's what made into a cocktail.
All right. So we are starting with a shaker full of ice and, of course, shakers from the beautiful Fifth and Vermouth.
Yes, our local barware.
Absolutely. And we're starting with Chambord because Chambord is a little sweet, just like Doug.
Aw.
Yeah.
And then we go for our tequila because it's a little bit tardy, just like Doug.
There is no filter with tequila, and Doug sometimes has no filter when the agent needs one.
Then we are going for a half ounce of lemon juice because sometimes you need to pucker up and tell the truth. Our quarter ounce of simple syrup, again, because Doug can be very sweet. And 4 drops of liquid smoke because Doug can be a little smoky.
Yeah.
Can you smell that smoke?
Yeah. Oh, for sure.
All right, now we
All
shake.
We're gonna
Okay. Texas barbecue.
We're gonna try to see if the dances up to the cocktail.
There you go. All right. So here we go. And we're going to, after shaking it, strain it, and we put it into a martini glass because Doug is a little bit of 007, so a little bit James Bondy.
Keep it classy.
Exactly. And there we go. So we're going to put a twist of orange for garnish and a nice, beautiful flower to give it a beautiful look.
With that.
There you go. There
Thank
is
you.
your New Doug.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, cheers.
Cheers. I
Cheers.
don't usually get anything with flowers in it.
There you
This
go.
is nice.
We're trying to make it prettier.
No, just drink it. So, what do you think?
It's very good.
Mm.
It's smoky.
It is smoky.
Can't really taste the tequila, so that's actually kind of a good thing.
It is.
Probably
Maybe
creeps up on you a
dangerous
little
thing.
bit. Yeah, I know. Yeah.
It definitely has more Chambord flavors, and it's I would say it's sweet. I would add a little bit more lemon juice for personal liking. I like a little bit more of a balance between sweet and sour, and I love the smoke.
Yeah, after the smoke comes as kind of a last taste, right? It's not a first taste, it's a last taste, but it's a very neat taste.
Yeah, it's definitely there, but it's not like disgustingly overpowering.
You know what would be interesting is if you wanted, you could do everything without the liquid smoke, and then you could add the smoke on top and just smoke the glass.
Well, yeah.
And that would be another way of doing it.
But yeah, smoking the glass, again, we've done it several times on the show. It's complicated, but if you if you do it like for a little party, it's good. This would be like you have a party, quite a large party, just add the liquid smoke, quite easy, and you don't need to bother with smoking the glass.
Yeah,
I like it. It does have. It's not as strong as the ones like the old fashions or like Manhattans. It has more of a easy drinking.
And when you say smoke in the glass, you're talking about actually flames.
Yeah.
In the glass?
Yeah, we've got little things that go on top of our glasses, and then you light them, and then it smokes inside the glass, and you sit it on there until you're ready to take it off.
We tried that on the show before, and it's usually I fail.
You want to do that early in the evening, not later.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
So, okay, so that's our drink. I would recommend to try it if you guys want to play with something sweet and smoky.
Agreed.
Mm.
I think it's a nice masculine feminine mix.
It's gonna go very good in our prize of this month. This is a perfect drink
This
for
is.
the prize we're gonna give away at the end of April.
Which is offered by on behalf of Doug.
Yeah, thank you,
Remax
Doug.
Realty.
Thank you for your support for all the prizes. Here's
All
a
the
big
time,
man.
as
All
much
the
as we
prizes.
can.
He fixed them by himself every
See?
month. Yeah.
Offered by and on behalf of Remax Realty Professionals.
So let's talk about what makes a good broker, a good brokerage, what agents maybe can expect when they come for, they just finished, they got their license. What questions should they ask a broker? What questions when they ask, what kind of answers they should be looking for?
I think probably the biggest thing is training, and
Mhm.
especially with new agents. There's a lot of new agents. We went from 5,300 agents to like 7,800 now.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of new ones out there, and they need to know what's going on. So I think training's a really big part. There's got to be some structured training in place. It can't just be kind of like, hey, I'll get a hold of you when I have a question. The other thing is accessibility. If your broker isn't accessible, then the timing in real estate is such that you need an answer right away. Your
Okay.
client needs an answer right away.
Well, I think a lot of agents generally call the broker when it's like,
It's critical.
It's critical. Yeah, I'm gonna say something else. Yeah, one of those moments. So they need the answer right away, and it's very important to get hold of the broker really fast. Not wait.
Yeah, right away.
Usually you're panicking. You're like, oh my
What
God.
questions would you say a new agent should be asking brokers as they're going into these brokerages to pick where they want to hang their license? And what's the most important thing that they should understand?
I think the questions first. It is regarding training. It's about accessibility to, managers and management, because real estate goes on in all hours.
Yeah.
So it's not like
True.
it's a 9 to 5 job for a broker either. You have to be accessible, because there's time frames in real estate, and they should also know about the training. Like that's so hugely important. It doesn't really matter how tenured you are in real estate. You still have to learn things.
Yeah.
There's lots of new things coming at us.
What's your thoughts on, there is different kinds of brokerages, and there is brokers that just become brokers, or there is a brokers like you who have been seasoned. Like, is there a difference in terms of how long you've been a broker?
Oh, I think it's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like if when you're a real estate agent, you do deals. When
That's
you're
why
a
I like to
broker,
be I don't want to deal with your side of the job.
when you're a broker,
Yeah.
all you do is deal with problems.
Yes.
So you kind of get to see it all.
Mm-hmm.
But that comes with experience.
Right.
It comes with time. So it definitely is an asset to have an experienced broker.
Mm-hmm.
So how long have you been a broker now?
18 years.
And what did you do prior to owning a brokerage?
I was with a multinational tech company. I was their VP of sales and marketing.
Do you think that kind of business background really kind of excels you as a broker, that you have that business background? And said sometimes we get brokers where they come from like,
Usually agents.
yeah, they were agents, or I don't know what they did before agents, and then suddenly they come into a brokerage and now they're the broker, but they don't have that business background where you had a substantial business background as a broker. Do you think that really helped you excel as a broker? Because really running a brokerage is a business.
Yeah, I think it helps a lot. I mean, just from a sales and marketing perspective, realtors, the biggest problem that realtors have, the biggest issue is always with marketing, personal marketing. So that's definitely an asset. Contract law was another thing that saw lots of contracts, dealt with all that. So that's another big part of being a broker. But definitely, I think the biggest thing is marketing, because if you can't market yourself, it doesn't really matter how good you are at writing contracts or showing homes or anything.
Yeah. So
You have to
question,
get a client.
as a broker, we only can, as an agent, like I might ask you a question twice a year or something, or like call you for something. But our office has how many? Like 130 agents. How busy are you with the agents problem solving?
Oh, I get calls
Like
all
what is it,
the time.
50% of the time, 60%, 80%?
Yeah, it's it's probably half the time. Like even let's say last night, I got 2 calls after 6 o'clock, between 6 and 11.
Yeah.
And then, it's critical that
Yeah.
because the client is trying to buy a house or trying to sell a house, and they need an answer right away. So
Yeah.
you pick up the phone, but the phone calls are pretty quick.
Right.
It's not really a problem.
What's the thing that you wish the agents would call you about that routinely you don't even hear about until it's like either too late or super critical? Like, what are the things that you wish agents would kind of get in touch with you sooner, talk to you sooner about, reach out to you sooner about? What are the things that agents could do better to be better agents other than paying their bills on time? To be better agents for a broker?
I would probably say writing terms and writing holdbacks, that kind of thing, just to make sure that the wording is real clear.
Yeah, I would say it's very difficult for
yeah,
it.
Yeah, and we've spent a lot of time training on that stuff. But at the same time, driving out here today, I rattled off a term to a guy who's writing a contract. So, and it just makes it very clear and very concise, and then the lawyers know what's going on, and there's no problems at closing.
So right now in this market, which is psychotic, still psychotic, will be psychotic for a long time, what is probably the biggest consistent issue you're seeing as a broker come back on contracts? Because that's actually a good thing for people to know when you're talking from a broker standpoint who sees all the contracts because he owns the contracts. What's the most consistent, reoccurring issue in this market that we and the public...
It can be more than one. Because it's like, oh my God, I have to pick one.
Well, I know, but that could be something that everyone could be aware of to be better sellers, buyers, realtors.
There's a few, but I think the biggest one is that a lot of people think that if you don't deliver deposit, you're out of the contract. And that's not the case.
Without writing.
Yeah. So, and there is some consideration around if the deposit doesn't come in time according to the terms of the contract. But the bigger issue is that if you don't deliver the deposit, it doesn't mean that you're out of the contract.
Yeah, and I see that was also a hot topic today on our Facebook page for the realtors. Yes. Yeah, because there was like people not delivering deposit. There's people who writing multiple offers on different properties, and then they have to like back out if there's more than one offer gets accepted. And usually not delivering deposit is one of the reasons that people use to get out of the contract, which is, by the way, which is really, even though the seller has the right to terminate the contract between themselves and the buyer for fail of delivering deposit, they can also sue the buyer for damages.
That's right.
Yeah.
But they can also...
And I actually was in one of our conversations, the realtor did share his experience that his seller did sue for damages.
Yeah, because they can also keep, just because you didn't deliver the deposit doesn't mean you're automatically out, and they can keep you adhered to that contract if they really want to. They can just keep with the contract going forward, and possession day doesn't come, you failed to commit to the contract, and now you're in breach, and stuff gets messy.
Super non-completion.
Yeah. So I am big on office culture. Like that's kind of my thing. I'm big on culture, not office, just even team culture. I always tell Robin what I want for the experience, to elevate my experience being on the team. But so when I've been with the 2 brokerages. I started with Maxwell Canyon Creek back in the day. I've been with Remax Pros now 8 years. And to me, it was very important to have that proper culture that I wanted to meet. And I wonder how many agents actually think about when they're joining the brokerage, what kind of culture they're joining as well. Like, is it ever something comes up? Because like I knew when I was considering Remax Pros, well, number one, I wanted to be part of the Remax. So to me, it was important. But I also love the team. Like the people were extremely inviting. Like it was different experience from what I had before. And like just the knowledge that our office has, like I feel like you can go to any realtor, and a lot of them been in the industry for like so many years, like as old as I am, like so it's great, and they all were willing to sit down and share and mentor you and things like that. Like, what's your thoughts on office culture if the new agent is asking, or would you give us advice to a new agent to look at?
When I bought the brokerage, and I remember at the first meeting, myself and Rick Bumfrey, who I bought it from, we had a meeting, pulled in all the agents. The one thing I promised them is that I would protect the culture, because the culture was always different. But I think culture is one of the biggest things. Like, you don't want to be in this alone.
No.
So, and you need it.
Well,
you
you
need
can't,
a group
really.
of people, because real estate can be hard.
Yeah.
So you need a place where you can go back to, and you can get dusted off.
Yeah.
Talk to some people.
Celebrate your wins.
Practice. Yeah,
Have a shoulder to cry on.
You need all that. We all need that,
Yeah.
as humans. So yeah, office culture is hugely important.
Yeah.
And we work on maintaining that. Like, we want to, all the correspondence goes out. We talk about team.
Yeah, absolutely.
Team matters.
Yeah.
And even though we may go out and compete for some listings,
but I have to say, it's a lot friendlier competition than against anybody else.
So it needs to be fair.
Yeah.
But yeah, there will be some competition. But at the same time, culture is hugely important.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. No, absolutely. And I don't know. Again, like, we haven't been a new agent in so long. Like, I remember when I was joining, like, a lot of things, I was like, well, the training wasn't always important.
Yeah.
And then you look at the fees, like, you hardly ever think about, like, I'm going to actually indirectly working with a group of people. So what are, like, you want to select them. I love that we do a lot of events, and usually they are community supportive events, fundraisers, things like that. It gives us a chance to come hang out, because now we don't hang out in the office anymore. They're like COVID, totally ruined that for everybody, right?
It's funny. I was talking about how we're getting at, like, we still have some COVID habits.
Yeah.
Yes.
And we're
People still do.
I know. And we have COVID habits. And I was talking about that the other day, where we're still habitually doing things like it's COVID, and you're like, stop.
Yeah.
So it is. We still have COVID habits that we're still trying to figure out.
Yeah. I think a lot of people, it's kind of easy to slip into an introverted kind of way of life.
Yeah, and
I don't think it's good for us.
No, absolutely
Especially
not. Because
in real estate.
with the technology, we have people's business that we do, like, pretty much only online. Yeah. We only do, like, showings or meeting a seller in person, and then it's all DocuSign this, text message that. Sometimes you do maybe a camera or Zoom or something, but overall it's all technologically kind of packaged. And as I like to go to, like, a real estate board or some sort of, like, events.
Yeah.
So you can meet the people who you deal business with, and, like, kind of figure out, like, oh, he's the guy I did, like, 5 deals with this year.
Yeah.
So it's great. Like, it's good. And being within an office, like, there is, like, our Christmas parties are epic. So, like, if you need a reason to join RE/MAX Realty Professionals, just Christmas party will do it. But that's where a lot of people actually really come and celebrate and, like, hang out, and you get to know them. And, also, like, in the office, if you chat with somebody, you have a tough sale or a tough product to find, well, people start making calls on your behalf. And it's like, hold on, I'm going to call, like, somebody I know, that's what you want, I feel like, in the office as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I will say the reason that I joined Doug was
it's because I was there.
It's because Anna was there. Well, I started with Sutton, and then it changed to Maxwell because the owners
and that's how
took over
met.
Maxwell. Yeah. Yes. And then I went to CIR, and then I went to Doug, and that was over a 4-year period. And the reason I went to Doug is it was important to be part of RE/MAX, because I decided that I was finally embracing the RE/MAX brand, because it did matter. And I went in and I was interviewing all the RE/MAX brokerages. And one thing I liked about Doug is he was a straight shooter, because I personally am the kind of person that doesn't have time for kind of BS, which is also why I like Anna, because there's no BS. It's straight shooting. We just talk about things. And he was very transparent. You were highly transparent, which to me was valuable, is to have that transparency in your broker. And although your drink is smoky, you were not blowing any smoke up anywhere. There was no smoke blown anywhere. And that's important, because in real estate, it is a lot of smoke and mirrors sometimes, not just when it comes to the listing, but there's lots of smoke and mirrors when it comes to the brokerages as well. So I like the transparency. For me, the transparency and the straightforwardness was hugely valuable because it saves my time to focus on selling houses instead of trying to decipher what I'm missing or what's not being said.
That's right. Yeah.
So, anyways,
And
5 times.
as a thank you gift, we're giving Doug a
Oh,
conversation and cocktail journal.
Yeah.
You guys here, you can put that on the thing. You can buy it on Amazon still, Doug. You now you can go and remake the drinks
Of the new Doug, yeah.
from September.
But I don't see the autographs in it.
No, we can autograph it at the end of the show.
Very good.
Oh my God!
There you
yes.
go.
Nobody ever asked for autographs before.
Yeah.
We
Fine.
didn't even think about it.
That's right. Someday it's going to be worth millions. I think,
That's
I don't
right.
know,
with the autographs.
You never know. It's only season 4. Like, let's see how it's season 20, right? Like, Robin and I, like, hopefully in Costa Rica.
Oh, yeah. Costa Rica.
Doing, what do they like those? I like their sours they make there at the pool.
Oh,
Yeah. It's really delicious.
Or the iguana drink. Isn't that the iguana drink? There's an iguana drink and stuff like that. I don't know. Hopefully by season 9 we'll be in Costa Rica. We're aiming for season 9. But hang on, we have to do prize.
You do the prize.
So Doug is offering buy on behalf of Remax Realty Professionals 2 of these beautiful glasses, which are awesome. They're rye whiskey glasses, and they actually have a cutout for your cigar because you're coming up.
Why didn't you get cigar today?
Yeah, we're coming up to
that
cigar.
Is fine.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
See, they were like, "Is this for your finger?" I'm like, "No, it's for the cigar."
Like, this is like so cool to hold it.
It's almost undroppable.
I was doing this. I was like, just like,
But anyway,
it's for the cigar. You put
it's for
cigar
your cigar.
here, so you don't have to hold it just in case you finish smoking and you don't want to hold it in your hand. You just put it here.
Absolutely.
I also said you can put probably $2 bills there just in case.
Strippers.
Oh my God. Anyway, but this drink that we made today is gonna go perfect with cigar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And you can take it for the glass to go. So you get 2 of those for you and your best friend.
All right. But
Next show.
to enter to win, you will like us on any of our social medias.
Obviously, Facebook Live, Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, and anywhere you see the Tipsy Realtor Show, please like, love, tag your best buddy, tag anybody who you think they learn about cocktail, you thought it was awesome and they're cocktail fans, or they like the real estate topic, want to join Remax Realty Professionals or Robin Knowles and Associate Team, whatever. You guys just like, share, tag, and your name will enter as many times as we possibly can find in social media for this month.
And of course, if you know of anyone looking to buy or sell a home in the next 6 to 12 months, or just have general questions about real estate, please make sure to have them call us at the number on the screen. It can be your neighbor, your coworker, it can be someone you like, someone you don't like, a family friend, anything like that. We'll help all of them.
Yes, and the next show
is the Power Up Cocktail, and we're going to actually transition on to next week talking about how having the right team behind you can make you more powerful. So
I was suggesting to invite the whole team of people we'll work with, but then we realized it's going to be a big crowd.
Be quite a conversation.
Yeah. So we're going to just print out their pictures.
We'll just hold them up one by one. So
anyway, thank you for watching.
Thank
Doug.
you so
much
Thank you guys for having me.
It's
a pleasure. And the drink's fine.
Yeah.
Really fine.
Cheers.
See you. Cheers.